Alright everybody, welcome back. My name is Gillis the Kid, and this time we're going to be talking about the 2022 Hyundai IONIQ 5. It's Hyundai's new electric vehicle. It's my first electric vehicle. We're going to be talking a little bit about it, so let's get into it. The first thing you want to know about electric vehicles is that you don't have to worry about any oil changes or anything like that. You will have to map out your routes a little bit better when you travel, but we'll talk a little bit about that once we get into the specs. But the first thing you're going to notice about this vehicle is that it's absolutely amazing. It's very attractive and beautiful. It reminds me of like the old 80s vehicles that came out. So it does have a 80s retro style look to it. And up close, it is pretty big. Hyundai says it's an SUV, but it does look like a hatchback. And on the front, you can see that it has like pixelated headlights. And I remember that design from the 80s. It also reminds me of that show Michael Knight. So Kit, he had like the black in the front with the red lights. And then you have Hyundai's logo right there on the front. You also have some lights on the bottom here, which will be your like fog lights and high beams. And then this car, it won all different sorts of awards. So World Car of the Year, World Car Design of the Year, and World EV of the Year. And you'll probably see why once you start driving a vehicle like this. Now it starts at $44,000, and it was very hard to get. You had to be on like a pre-order list, and even that took a while. Most dealerships are marking the vehicles up about $10,000. So if you haven't gotten one yet, you might want to hurry up and get on that list. And it comes in a couple of different colors. So there's black, white, there's Lucid Blue, which is like a matte finish. There's teal. And yeah, well, this is the Lucid Blue right here. But depending on how the sun hits it, it does look kind of green sometimes. And it comes in 4 different trims. So there's the standard model now, which has a smaller battery. This is the SE, and you also have the SEL and the limited model, which will give you all the bells and whistles. Now they come in rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive will give you about 300 plus miles of range, and the all-wheel drive will give you about 250 miles of range, give or take, depending on you know, how you're driving and the specific time of the year. I know in winter months it's going to take a while to like charge the battery, but it all depends on how you drive and how you save energy. It also features ultra fast charging, so it can go from 0 to 80% in about 25 minutes. Now, this vehicle has a 77.4 kilowatt battery. It also features 250 kilowatts of charging speed. It has 320 horsepower and 446 pounds of torque. Now, I notice like when I'm driving around certain corners, it does have a little bit of a body roll, but as you can see, it is pretty spacious. The wheel space between the two wheels, you can see the wheels, it's all the way in the front, and then there's wheels all the way in the back. So they're pretty spaced out, and it hugs the road pretty well. This car is super fast, especially in sport mode, and it can reach up to 115 miles per hour. I've never actually tried it out myself, but you know, on paper that's exactly what it says. It can go from 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. I have seen that in other videos, especially when they race this against like the Teslas and whatnot. It also has highway driving assist level 1, which means it will keep you in the lane. It does not have full autopilot though, so just keep that in mind. You will have to keep your hands on the steering wheel. But overall, from what I've tested, it does keep you in the lanes very centered. Some of the higher trims have remote smart parking, so you know, it'll actually park itself, but you would have to get like the limited trim model for that. The limited trims, they also have like blind spot monitoring and augmented reality displays. That's a lot of stuff that I probably wouldn't even use anyway. That's probably why I opted out to get the like the base model. And the sister car to this would be the Kia EV6. You also have the Ford Mach-E, the Volkswagen ID4, and of course the Tesla Model Y. But enough talking about the specs. Let's take a complete look at it. So like up close, you can see it has 19-inch alloy wheels. I love the rims on this vehicle. It has like the black trim. It has all different types of lines and curves on the doors. It's got heated mirrors. You got lights on the mirrors too, so you got your turn lights right there. Now the door handles, they're not like regular door handles. They're more like built into the door, and when you walk up to it with your key, they will open. You can see like pixels right there on the door handle, so you can actually press that to open it. You can also use your key to open the door handle, and after a while it will close by itself if you don't enter the vehicle. And now moving along the back side, those are the lights. You can see it says IONIQ 5 right here with Hyundai's logo. It does have a real spoiler. That's pretty good for airflow. You got your shark fin antenna on top. The limited models actually have a they call it a vision roof, or like a sunroof. That's something I probably would have liked though. Now one of the complaints is that there's no windshield wiper on the back, and sometimes you have to actually get out of the car and wipe it yourself, especially when it's raining or if it's snowing. But other than that, I can see out the back perfectly fine. You also have lights here on the bottom. You got, that's what the back looks like. So you got your trim right here. There's no exhaust because it's all electric. Right here it says H-Track for all-wheel drive. And then if you move along the, let me see, we'll go along the front here. Actually, we're gonna open the front first. We'll open the front first. That way you can see. Should be like a little latch here. Yup. And you don't even have to hold it up. Like, it basically opens by itself. It has a little frunk right here, as they call it. On this side, you got all your, you know, liquids right there. This is where the battery is, your 77.4 kilowatt battery. And then when you open it, yep, this is what you have. So you got a little neat compartment right here. You can take this lid off to actually get to the battery more easily. Yep, you got your little frunk. Now in the Teslas, they have bigger frunks, so you can put a lot more stuff in there. Yep, and then we're gonna go around to the back. We're gonna open up the back here. I got some stuff back here, so you can see it's a pretty wide trunk. It's a standard SUV size. You can even fold the seats down too to get even more space. This is a port for the charging door on the outside, like if you had to open it. You have a 12-volt plug right here. You can lift this up, and then you see you have your charging cable. That's your level 1 charging cable for your house. It would probably take 3 days to fully charge your car that way, but you can also get like a level 2 charger installed at your house. This is the charging port door. So you can open it. Once the car is unlocked, you can actually open the charging port door. It is motorized. You got your standard CCS charging port here. Your little combo. There's lights here, which are indicators that will show you how much energy you have. This car can also charge other things too, like if you go camping. There's an adapter you can buy, and you can use it to charge other things as well. Eventually this door will close if you don't do anything, or you can just press the close button right here. Yep, and that's how it closes. So now let's take a look on the inside. You got some controls here on the side. 6-way controls, so you can put the seat all the way back if you want. Like in lounge chair mode. You have speakers here on the side door. This is where you put your drinks. You have your basic window controls here. Child safety locks. Power windows. All kinds of sensors. We're gonna get in. It's a nice little sound when you shut the door. And then on the bottom left here, you can see you have your parking brake and auto hold. You have a little control stick here for your lights. There's paddle shifters for your regenerative braking. Regenerative braking is basically when you use like the accelerator, so you're only using one pedal. You don't even touch the brakes. But you know, one pedal to move the car, and then once you take your foot off the acceleration, it will slow the car down and brake on its own. You have a control stick here for parking, driving, neutral, and reverse. If you want to put the car in park, you would just press that button on the control stick. This is called shift by wire. You have another control stick here, which will you will use this for like your window wipers and stuff like that. Let's turn the car on, and immediately you will see it has two 12-inch displays here. They're very bright and crisp. You can also put the displays in dark mode if you want. Now they have a leather wrapped steering wheel here. You got some pixels right here. You know, you got your basic controls. So your highway driving assist level 1. On this model, your adaptive cruise control, highway lane assist. It does a pretty good job at that. And then on this side, you have your favorite button. You can answer the phone with this one. You got Bluetooth. You can change the music with these buttons. Now this is a drive mode button right here. It does not turn. It looks like it turns, but it doesn't. But it says drive mode, and if you press it, you can go into like different modes. So there's eco, normal. You have sport mode, which is super fast, and then if you hold it, it'll go into snow mode. I always leave it in eco to get like the maximum range. And then you can see it'll show like your miles per hour, your highway lane assist. It'll show like where the energy is going into the vehicle. It'll show you how much range you have left. On the bottom left, it'll show you how much battery power you have. There's also a little meter right there, which will, that's for your regenerative braking. So there's level 1, 2, 3, and then there's like auto. And then if you hold like your paddle shifters, you will go into I-pedal mode, which will, you know, you can use like the one pedal driving. And then over here, we'll take a look. So it'll always show your name. There's the weather, how much battery life you have. There's the time and the date. And then if you hit navigation, it'll take you to your screen here. So you have like EV. That'll show you where like the next charging station is. The only thing is it won't tell you if the charging station is actually working. So you might want to rely on whichever app you're using, like Electrify America, there's ChargePoint or PlugShare. But this is telling me that the next charging station is at like a public library right here. Then you have the map. This is like the built-in GPS that comes with the vehicle. I don't know too many people that actually uses like the built-in GPS. I use Apple CarPlay. As a matter of fact, I'm going to plug up my iPhone. I'll show you that. It's reading the USB, Apple CarPlay, and then we can go back. So as you can see, it says Apple CarPlay right there. Yep, that's basically how it looks in any vehicle. You got your apps up there. Now, I always use Google Maps. That's the best for me. Or you can use Apple Maps if you want. That's no problem. But that GPS that's built into like the car, I would not use that. It's not very accurate, and it's really buggy as well. Then you have the climates. So you can cut up the air if you want. It's hot outside today. You can cut up the air. They got heated seats, smart ventilation. You got your seat warmer right there. I'm not going to cut mine on, but you can cut it down or off. There's valet mode, quiet mode. When you buy the car, you get a 3-month trial of Sirius XM. And then you have Blue Link. Blue Link is an app where you can like turn on your climate. Let's say if you're at work and you know like it's really cold outside and you want to turn your heat on, you can do it right from the Blue Link app. Or you can do it from like Hyundai's app that comes with the car. I'm going to drop all that down into the description so you can check it out. And you know, looking at the top, you have like there's a Blue Link button right here, right next to the SOS. So if you have a garage, you can open your garage door when you get home. You got your standard lights, standard LED lights. Yep, there's a light in the back up top here. These are your vents. Glove compartment. Pretty big glove compartment. And there's some controls down here too. They're pretty spaced out, but they're touch capacitive. So you have your start and stop buttons, climate warmer, there's audio. I always find myself using the actual touchscreen than using these. This is the only actual button you can turn for volume. You have map, navigation, media. You got your hazard button here, hazard lights. These vents are pretty nice. Nice big vents on this side too. This is a space, this is a magnet, so you can actually stick, you know, like photographs and stuff like that if you want. There's a camera up here, up on the dashboard. This is pretty hard plastics. This is a little bit softer though. It's pretty good materials. It's all about like eco and recycling now. They have some pixel graphics here on the seat. Speaking of the seats, they're very comfortable too. I have no problem with the seats. There's a USB to A plug right here. Got your 12-volt plug. There's a space down here where you can put some more stuff. The floors are pretty flat because there's no engine. This is the center console, so you got two cup holders right here. The limited model, the center cup holder will actually slide back. Got some more stuff here. This opens. Got some space here in the center console. Then that flips up. You got some more space here. You can, you know, put all your junk here. I put my phone down there. You got two more charging ports here. That's USB-A. No USB-C though. That's kind of weird. You would think for 2022 they would have a USB Type-C, but no. Everything is exactly the way I want it. You have a lot of space up front. We're gonna get into the back now. Got your rear view mirror. You can actually, so on a sunny day, you can see out the back pretty well. But once that window gets dirty, you're not gonna be able to see very well. You're probably gonna have to get out and clean it. So yeah, let's press on the brake. We're gonna cut this off, and then we're going to get into the back of the vehicle. I hear a doggy. So getting into the back of the vehicle, you can see it's pretty spacious. I got my little neck pillow here. Actually, let's see. You can see how much space there is in the back. And the seats, they do recline, so they will go back. You can pull this down. You got some cup holders here. The one thing I love is when you actually get into the vehicle and look at all the space you have here. I'm 5'7". You got a lot of space here, a lot of leg room. Look at that. There's nothing blocking your way. There's nothing in the middle. There's no, it's just one big flat floor. You got two USB-A ports here in the back to charge. You got a little space right here. Compartments on the seat. This is big. You can easily fit 5 people back here. I'm sorry, not 5 people. You can easily fit 3 people in the back, no problem. I don't know, maybe if you have 5 kids. But yeah, it's pretty big in the back. And look at the headroom. So you get a lot of headroom too. Yep, this is definitely a big SUV style car. I wish that this vehicle had like the sunshades that the Limited has. I would have liked that Vision sunroof too, but you know, the Limited was very, very hard to get. But yeah, I mean, other than that, this is a fantastic car. Probably one of the best cars I've ever had. There's a reason why this vehicle won so many awards. It's super fast. It's well tuned. Hyundai, they did a really good job. And this is their first car. Imagine in like 5 years what they're going to bring out to compete with like Tesla. But yeah, let me know what you think about the 2022 Hyundai IONIQ 5. It's definitely one of the best vehicles I've had. If you want to grab one, I would highly recommend you get on the pre-order list, especially for those upper trim models. I'm going to drop all the links down into the description so you can check out all the specs and the features. I'm going to have some more videos coming up pretty soon. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.